Hello everyone. Welcome to Life and CSE with Navya. Today is 21st August and people who had already qualified this year's prelims, that is the prelims of 2026 attempt, are today writing their first paper of mains, which is the essay paper. This session is not about essay. This session is about focusing on the next attempt. This session is about people who have been regretting, lamenting that they couldn't qualify, but in a way have picked themselves up for the next attempt. Today, I'm going to focus on the CSE 2027 attempt, focusing on those aspects which you need to consider so that you are well prepared for your next attempt. Not just prelims, but also mains. But yes, the focus of this session would be more about the mains preparation because I don't believe in preparing for prelims in these months. So from August to December, preferably you should be preparing for mains, right? Okay, now let's get started. I've jotted down few points so that I do not miss out on any important discussion. I understand that many of you, since the release of the result of the prelims, and you were not able to, it could be your multiple attempt, you were not able to focus. Maybe you also started thinking about plan B, or you have already shifted to some other career. That could be also one of the plan, that maybe you wanted to give and appear for some other competitive exams, have some other plan B, even joined a private job or anything like that. But yes, in case if there's even a 5% 10% chance for you to write next attempt, I want you to pull up your socks. I want you to get back to the study table. I want you to now have a routine, have a schedule, which is going to ensure that your next attempt is not a wasteful exercise, right? So overcome those, mistakes, overcome those regret. Stop thinking about what could have been done better in the previous attempt, what, mistakes you did. The realization, of course, is important, but yes, let's not just keep on dwelling on that. Okay, so I hope you are now ready to pull up your socks and start preparing for your next attempt in a strategic manner. Now, the idea is that why this session today itself? Because in the last, you could say, 2.5 months, approximately 3 months, you could say, just after the prelims and till today, I would say. So I realized that the preparation, and this realization actually happens every year, but I just wanted to make a video today itself about it because I wanted to emphasize that how clearing prelims is not the goal. Many students, they always tell me that ma'am, बस एक बार prelims हो जाता, बस एक बार mains लिखने का chance मिल जाता. I have something to say back to, say to my family and relatives that yes, I am writing mains. And, if I'm not getting that chance, I'm really feeling very depressed and very demotivated. I don't know if I deserve it, if I want to be in the civil services. Those kind of, doubts start creeping in. Yeah, those doubts are valid. But what I've realized is that even if you want to actually become a civil servant, you want to crack this exam, you are directly, indirectly just focusing on clearing prelims. The entire focus comes on that particular, one particular stage of the exam. You do understand that the prelims marks are not added. It's just a qualifying stage. Yes, within that CSAT is qualifying. Within that, you have to score a particular GS, marks so that you clear the cutoff. But that whatever you have scored is not added in the actual mark sheet, the real mark sheet. So ultimately, the entire focus, the entire onus of, giving you that particular rank or actually fulfilling the dream and desire of becoming, a civil servant or becoming an IS officer for that matter, happens at the stage of mains. And you guys tend to falsely believe in that these 2.5 months or 3 months would be sufficient. You are preparing, and I know everybody now says this, you are nowadays a generation that is actually having lot many resources, has lot of access to various, you could say, guidance, correct and right guidance and wrong guidance both, I would say. But yes, you have already got lot of resources. You already know that during these months, which I would say, from June, July and till December, or even if you have not been studying, so even from now onwards, August till December, you have to prepare for mains. But just, be very honest with yourself. Are you actually preparing for mains? Are you sincere enough? I have been interacting with a lot many students, and sometimes it's, either their lack of efforts, or sometimes, some other things are happening in their life which they have prioritized. Either they are falling sick, either some other exam is happening, either they are not, sincere and serious enough to understand that they have to sort of prioritize the preparation right now in such a way that don't assume that your exam is happening next year. You need to have this kind of perspective that maybe your mains is in the month of November and December, or in next month. When you have that kind of, perspective, when you have that kind of attitude, you would not take the time for granted. You would not waste the time. How many of you are actually seriously studying right now? And when I say studying, of course, productive studying, the hours could be ranging from maybe 5 to 8 to even 10. Are you even touching 5, 6 hours of sincere study? I highly doubt that. I'm in touch of, with some students. I had not launched a proper, mentorship program, but yes, I am in touch with certain students, and in that, interaction, I have understood due to any XYZ reason, they have not been able to, complete their goals. I had told them to complete ethics. I had told them to maybe, complete their optional, and they have still not been able to do so. And there have been various reasons. Sometimes, from your own side, sometimes, which is something which is uncalculated or you did not anticipate. But yeah, and even, to the point of sometimes your friends, your family members, they also tend to, assume that, okay, exam is going to happen next year. So now, do this work, do that work, let's go on a family trip, let's go, you come back home, you stay at, at the home. Maybe there's some work going on, some renovation going on, some festival is about to come, there's some other thing going on in the house, and you are there to mark your attendance and, to mark your presence. Just because you yourself are not able to have that boundary, and even your parents and family thinks that the exam is next year, and now because you could be relaxed, I don't think so. And you yourself know about this very well. You can't afford to be relaxed in these months. If you feel that your preparation for mains can be done post prelims in those 2.5 months, those 70, 80 days, God help you. So, what's the learning that you can do from the current mains writing people? Please talk to them after the mains, and you will realize that how chaotic and confused they were. Even if they wanted to study, the things were not aligning in their favor. I'll be speaking on these aspects, that what exactly happens because certain factors are not in your control. So you need to understand what could be the learning. Please talk to those people who have been, appearing for this year's mains. What can we learn from these people? That they have actually realized that it is too much of chaos, too much of confusion, too little time, too much to do. Even if they want to do, the schedule doesn't align, because the coaching institutes, the test series, the evaluation, the mentorship, the feedback, even the schedule in which the test series, the papers of the GS are aligned, it's not matching as per their, requirement or need. Some people want to practice more of GS4, but most of the test series have it, towards the end. And that doesn't ensure or reassure you of adequate practice and feedback. Even if you attempt those tests, the kind of feedback that you get, it's too late to actually work upon that. So those 2.5 months, or those 60, 70 days are not sufficient. You can just, imagine and assume that you will be able to revise what you have already studied. The condition is that you have to already study those syllabus parts. You should already be having some notes ready. You should already have written some answers beforehand, before your prelims, even in these months. So, actually, if your aim is to qualify next year, if you want to actually get a final rank in the year of 2028, because the entire, cycle of exams and the result and everything, even if you're, giving next year attempt, you're writing the exam next year, the actual result will be in your hands in the year of 2028, not before that. So the actual result, the good feeling that you want to have in the year of 2028, maybe in the initial 3 months itself, you need to slog hard in 2026 and even 2027. You tend to assume that 27 attempt है तो 27 में ही पढ़ना पड़ेगा और उस टाइम पे करना. Yes, but you do understand that from January onwards, the moment the year changes, the new year comes, your focus shift towards prelims. There are a lot of courses getting launched, this and that happening, daily tests and daily revision and CSAT classes and current affairs and crash courses and what not is happening. And the moment the new year comes, you are moving towards prelims. Where is mains? Now you get the chance to study mains after prelims. And that really compromises your attempt. Even if you qualify, I have had students this year qualifying prelims, but their mains was not well prepared. I know how badly they have struggled every day, fighting every day, getting stress, getting so much of headache and migraine, literally, getting that brain fog because of so much of stress, so much of, syllabus to be covered. So please enjoy your life. I'm not saying that you become a robot, but it shouldn't also mean that you're not studying. Consistency should be there, planning should be there, and these months need to be utilized for your mains preparation. Give yourself a deadline that by December end, I need to be mains ready. If I have a mains planned in December or November, will I be able to actually appear for it and write good answers? Will there be quality in my answers? Start preparing and writing and practicing from that perspective. Okay, so that's what they will be telling you, that there's a lot of chaos and nothing can be prepared adequately in those 60-70 days, right? So you have to prepare beforehand. People who have been preparing beforehand actually are able to manage their time well, actually are able to do what they want to do, improve what they want to improve. Otherwise you won't get the time. You know what to improve, you know where you're making mistake, you know your papers are not getting completed in 3 hours, but you're not finding that time to improve upon that mistake. It needs practice, right? And it needs practice distributed over a period of time, and that time is not there before mains, right? So what you will do, right? What you can do is imagine that you are in the May 27, right? Next year, post prelims, you're in this phase. What actually happens is, in the month of August, you are supposed to revise, because whatever you have been studying related to mains in the previous months or in the previous year, you have to revise all of that. You have to write FLTs because there are a lot of simulations and all that going on, right? And you're also supposed to do value addition. Sometimes the value addition happens till the last moment because current affairs is coming up, new current affairs. You got a feedback, in your test papers that, okay, this needs to be improved, introduction needs to be improved, conclusion needs to be improved. You have not written good examples. You're not hitting the demand of the question. All that, you have to improve in the month of August, or you have to practice in the month of August. What's happening in the month of June, July? You're getting 2 months to cover GS 1, 2, 3, 4, even write essays and even cover optional. And you actually think that 2 months are enough? Because the moment 1st August comes, there will be pressure of appearing for simulators. There will be pressure for, appearing for full length, full syllabus tests. So actually you're getting just these 2 months. And frankly, I feel in 60 days, you cannot prepare notes. You cannot, start from scratch. In 60 days, you have to revise what you have already done. You should already be aware what kind of answers you're writing. You need to revise and write the full length test. And this is happening for all the papers, not just GS, but even for optional. So actually you have got these months, the remaining months of the year 2026, if you want to make sure that your 2027 attempt doesn't go to waste, right? Okay, that's how you need to have the perspective. What you can do, right? So in reality, what is happening? it's not that you don't want to study. Like during those months, what's the problem? Because I want to also emphasize, I do not want to just, deal with it superficially. I also want to emphasize upon that what exactly is happening. Why 60 days are not, feeling sufficient? Because it's not that you don't want to study. You want to study. After clearing prelims, you've got that zeal, that motivation. Oh my God, I'm getting the chance to write mains. You've got the zeal and energy to study. You want to study, you want to prepare. But what is happening? Too much of confusion and chaos. Why? Because the problem is when people, after qualifying prelims, they tend to ask me the question, which program to join, which test series to join, how many programs to join, what is most necessary, what can be skipped. Ideally, I would say what happens that for, I'm not even counted in essay, but okay, let's assume that even the essay part is there. So even essay, maybe you've got some test series going on. Okay, yeah, but let's just focus on the GS and the optional part. Okay, GS may you want to do some daily answer writing. I hope you're able to see. You want to do some daily answer writing because you want to practice, you want to cover the syllabus. What's the purpose of daily answer writing? You want to cover the syllabus. Also, you want to practice over wide variety of questions to understand the demand of the question, to understand what content, what points needs to be written. Right? So a daily answer writing practice is something that you need. Sometimes you do it on your own with the help of previous year questions. Sometimes you outsource it. You pay, to a program, you pay a fees, and then they are, giving you a schedule, and then you're following that schedule. Right? That's what is usually happening. You must have heard of many, program names, right? Run by different coachings. Then you're also supposed to write FLTs. It could be sectional FLT, like, few small syllabus portions, or even full length papers, GS1 full length, GS2 full length, GS4 full length. So you are, apart from this daily answer writing, you are also supposed to do what? This GS FLT 3-hour test. Because ultimately you realize whatever and however amount of practice you do for daily answer writing, the real test is there here. 3 hour. Are you able to attempt and complete 20 questions within 3 hours? That's the real challenge, because your mains exam is 3-hour based exam. 20 questions, 3 hours. True? So are you actually able to do this or not? And this is why, which is happening, that maybe, some days in June, maybe you wrote your GS4 FLT, you wrote your GS1 FLT. In the month of, July, you wrote GS1, 2, 3. These kind of things is happening. So you have, like, in between some days where you're preparing a topic, you're preparing a subject, a paper entirely, and then you're writing that test. So only maybe on Sundays you're going and you're writing 1 3-hour test. That's what also you're supposed to do, to keep in the practice, to keep yourself aware that how you can complete the paper in 3 hours. The last thing which everybody wants to do nowadays has become a trend, and I would say a dire need also, because the students also have realized that they need to simulate. And what does simulation mean? It means that on one particular set of 3 days, you are writing just like you're simulating the actual exam. So on Friday, you're writing essay. On Saturday, you're writing GS1, GS2. On Sunday, you're writing GS3 and GS4. And this is a real simulation that you're giving yourself before the actual mains exam. So 3 commitments in 60 days. And I've not even touched essay and optional. This is just for GS. The same thing has to happen for optional. Okay, some daily sort of answer writing practice. If not daily, maybe week may 4 days, 3 days, MWF, TTS, those kind of schedule they give you. Most of the times what I've realized is that most of the optionals have this kind of 4-day. So maybe Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 or 5 days they will be asking you to write. Sort of, they'll be giving you the syllabus and they'll be asking you to write the answers. So there's an element of daily answer writing practice, or if you don't want to call it daily, but yeah, answer writing practice for optional also. They're calling you 4 days. They're forcing you to write on, 4 days. There's a schedule attached, right? So every week, 4 days, you're also devoting for the answer writing practice of optional. Then in this also, again, you want to write an FLT. Most of the optional coaching institutes have launched a program that every Sunday or every one day of the week, they'll be giving you a section of the syllabus. It could be maybe they're starting with paper 1. then they will move on to paper 2. So paper 1 ke bhi syllabus ko they have divided into 2-3 sections. So that's what is happening. The FLT test, and that test would be of 3 hours, but that is a sectional syllabus test, not a full syllabus test. So that is also happening, I would say, every weekend or so, every Sunday or every Wednesday, whatever is their schedule, in that way they are conducting that. Okay, so apart from optional, also frequent answer writing practice, you're going for this FLT sectional syllabus completion. You're going to attempt the FLT test, and again the simulation part. On one day, you are again, for your paper 1 and paper 2, you're writing both the papers in one single day, because you want to simulate the actual optional mains exam. Do you think all of this is possible in 60 days? And on top of it, essay also sometimes. I would say at least the aim is to write 4+2. When I say 4+2, because this time I had designed my Morphos essay test series with 4 FLTs. I knew that covering even these 4 FLTs would be difficult for the students. This +2 is because I knew that they will be appearing for some simulation exams where this essay paper will be happening. So 1, 2, I was assuming, because I was assuming that there will be at least 2 sets of simulation that students do. So 2 essays there also, right? So 2 essays. So actually, yes, 6 FLTs, but I'll tell you, people were out of 6 able to touch 3 to 4 only. 3 to 4 FLTs. I was pushing them to brainstorm essays every weekend. They were not getting time. They wanted to, they were not getting time. During those months, like the June, July, those, you could say, months, you want to do a lot of things, but you're not getting the time. And you really get frustrated, because you have to do those things to improve, to actually get an edge, but the time is limited. So what should be done? What is the solution part of it? जब awareness हो गई कि इतना chaos हो जाता है, इतना confusion होता है, there's so much commitments to fulfill, what's the solution? What you need to do? So what exactly is happening? That, and also I want to talk about the problem with the test series. I'll talk about the solutions. That's the next slide, of course. But I want to also talk about that what is happening. Now, for the daily answer writing practice, I told you that, for this also daily answer writing practice is happening for GS. For optional also, you want to have a frequent answer writing practice, if not daily. Now, the problem is and you usually outsource, because that if it comes to you, you will not be able to do it in a disciplined way. I'm assuming all this situation when I'm assuming that you've already qualified prelims and you're writing mains. So what is happening, that you want to do answer writing practice on daily basis, but you know that, okay, you're not disciplined enough, or you're not finding time, you grow complacent. Why? Because maybe you want to focus more on the optional. आपका optional weak होता है, GS में भी आपको लगता है मैं तो manage कर लूंगा, कर लूंगी, right? या vice versa, that maybe you're enjoying GS and the optional is getting missed. So you understand that if I pay somebody, if I join a program, there's a commitment, there's a compulsion to write those tests. Okay, once you join a program, the good part is also there and the bad part is also there, that they are following their own schedule. They will fix a schedule that, okay, June में हम ये करेंगे, July में हम ये करेंगे, August में हम ये करेंगे, and most of them try to, they want to wrap up by the end week of July, the last week of July, they want to wrap up everything. Yeah, of course, why not? Why to, extend things to till August? Some optional answer writings was happening in the first week of August also, but yeah, everybody wants to wrap up minimum of 2 weeks before the exam. Okay, so by August 5th and 7th, things were getting wrapped up. Now the problem is, they are going to give you a fixed plan, their own schedule. Maybe you wanted to practice more of GS4, and in their schedule, GS4 comes at the last or towards the very end. So what had happened this year, and I'm not going to take names, but these 3 variations are actually from the perspective of the various, coaching institutes answer writing practice which was happening. So GS answer writing, yes, many options are present in the market, but they follow their own schedule. And of course, they have to follow their own schedule. But that's the problem, that sometimes you want to follow their schedule, but for certain subjects or certain topics, you want to have your own schedule. But they are not flexible. They will not release the paper beforehand. It can be postponed. It cannot be preponed. Sometimes even postponing is not allowed, because in the daily answer writing practice, you can't be writing the answers, which they're conducted in the month of June, in the month of July or August. Right? So that's what the problem is. Now, what's happening? The sequence is what? Some coachings start in the same sequence. They'll start with GS1, they'll move on to 2, 3, and 4, right? They will end with the ethics paper. Some wants to start with GS2 because they feel, okay, GS2, polity and all that, let's start with that. People feel comfortable. The students are very comfortable with the idea of polity and all that. So let's start with that. Okay, GS2 and 3 are, considered to be important papers. So yes, they start with that. So then they are starting with GS2 in the month of June. Then, it is happening in July and all that, or maybe mid June to July. That's what, 10 to 15 days of gap is there. So 2, 3, 4, and 1. That's the sequence that they're following. Some people, they are doing what? Because they know that they don't have time, they have to wrap up things quickly. So before the declaration of the prelims result, they would conduct GS4 daily answer writing practice. Now, the problem is, with the kind of prelims paper nowadays we have, and I'm not just going to focus on 2026 ka paper only, but the kind of paper we have in, nowadays, many people are at the border, right? Many people are very unsure. There's always, this rumor going around, 2-3 questions say, pura cutoff change ho jayega, and, the cutoff is at the range of, plus minus 10 marks, plus minus 5 marks, and plus minus 5 questions ka difference aa raha hai. All that was happening. Like, I do hope you remember what kind of chaos it was going on after the prelims exam, till the time the result was declared, till the time even these solutions were the expected solutions were released. So that kind of confusion is happening. Some, like, I would say handful of students, not even many, few students knew that yes, they have to practice, they have to keep themselves engaged, they will not wait for the result, and maybe they were on the little bit of surer side that yes, qualify kar hi jayenge prelims. So they started their practice. But that's why what is happening, that many coaching institutes, they want to start their daily answer writing practice even before the declaration of the result. They've already covered GS4. Now you are joining after the result, and you get time, because yes, they will be conducting all these. So now they're starting with GS1, 2, 3. For you, the kind of practice, the peaceful amount of time you wanted to devote for GS4, the kind of practice you wanted to do for GS4, you didn't get the time. So this is what the kind of chaos is happening. And the problem with these daily answer writing, and they cannot help it, it's not that they are deliberately trying to, like, torture you actually, because they have to cover so much of syllabus within a short period of time. So it's actually quite rigorous. You are busy with these daily answer writing tests every day, sort of every 6 days in a week. Okay, only one day you're getting a gap, or sometimes even they're continuously doing it for 10 days, and then they're giving you a gap of 2 days. So 10 days you're busy continuously, no Sunday, no Monday, doesn't matter. 10 days continuously on one subject. You get a 2-day off. And then again on the 13th day, next subject starts, next GS paper. Where is the time to revise, to improve, to add value? So actually you want to, but you don't get the time to improve, right? So, and sometimes even MWF, you're keeping, they're calling you for MWF or TTS kind of schedule. Basically, it's going to be rigorous, very hectic. I mean, I can't tell you what's the chaos happening. Unless until you are in middle of that whirlpool, that chaos, you will not realize what's happening. We all want to be in the position to write mains. Do you have the mindset, that energy, that awareness, that what kind of chaos you're actually, you want a chaotic life for those 2 months, but are you preparing for it beforehand? You know that disasters are going to come. Are you managing, are you, having those adaptability and having those, systems and processes in place to actually manage that disaster? और you're just wishful thinking, हाँ disasters तो आते रहते हैं, ये तो होते रहता है, हाँ I want to write mains. You want to. Are you aware enough to actually assume that if you're writing mains, what kind of chaos and confusions and things would be happening? Because once you get the awareness, you'll not take this time for granted, these months for granted. That's the awareness I wanted to put across to you today. Right? So that's how the entire things would look like. It would be too rigorous. And what would happen? Either the subject you want to cover happens at the very end. You want to cover GS4 beforehand. You want to strengthen it up. It happens either at the very end or in between, where you're already feeling too much of chaos. Because what happens that in the month of, you could say, June, still you feel a little bit of relax. Okay, yes, I'm studying. You're feeling euphoric. The result has come. You have qualified. You're studying. You're feeling good. You're trying to, explore which courses, which test series. The real challenging month is actually July. And in this month, people start giving up mentally because there's so much of pressure. और इसी टाइम पे जुलाई में दे आर कंडक्टिंग GS4 or they are conducting some other exam or other things, or the same thing is happening with optional. The concentration of entire, the onus of covering the entire optional paper 1, paper 2, everything comes in the month of July. July is the most chaotic month and people mentally give up. I'm telling this from my personal experience of doing the mentorship with students. I had students who were literally like missing for 10-15 days, not replying to my messages because of course I was conducting the mentorship for them, so not even acknowledging, because they were, and I'm not blaming them, it's not that they were being rude to me, because they were so much under pressure that they were not able to understand kya prioritize karun, kya likhu, kaun sa test दूं, kya karne jaऊं, because everything was pulling them. Just imagine you're at the center and there are 4 people around you pulling in all directions. You will go mad, and that's what happens. To actually be able, I'm not saying that if you prepare in these months, your June, July would look very, nice, you're relaxing, there's a halo around you. No, that's not going to happen. It's just that you will be in a better state as compared to other people. Of course, you're going to also face, even in spite of, preparing everything, still you will face challenge in the month of June, July. But you will be at least mentally in a better state because you have got your notes ready. You have already practiced. You know, okay, what is important for me? What is the parameter that I need to focus on? Right? Just a moment. I'm confirming. Yeah, it's recording. So, that's how you need to have the perspective. There'll still be chaotic, but less chaos. You will not be missing in action. You will not stop picking up calls from your family because you and friends and mentors and all that, because you are so much troubled that what should I do? So prepare well, prepare beforehand. That's the real solution that you have to actually go for, right? So what's the solution? That's what the thing that I wanted to convey. Now here I've already discussed this problem part. Now I want to focus on the solution. What's the solution? What exactly should be done and how it should be done, right? So I've just actually jotted down the months and I'm going to focus till December. I don't want to discuss should we be doing mains in January, February or not. You've already got a lot of time, so many months. Idhar prepare karo na. I get calls, I get, queries, ma'am, in the month of January, February, ma'am, should I continue doing my optional? What were you doing since September? What were you doing since, last July, last August? What were you actually doing when you were supposed to do mains? What were you doing? Why weren't you studying? And now why the year changes, the new January comes, the new February comes, and now you have the query that should I be studying optional or not? Ma'am, मेरा इतना पोर्शन रह गया है, 100 मार्क्स का रह गया, पढ़ लूं, खत्म कर लूं, पहले क्या कर रहे थे? क्यों डिपेंडेंट हो ऑन द फ्यूचर? Who knows what's going to happen in future? The kind of times we are living in, I am sorry to say, you can't really depend on future. We don't know what's going to happen 2 months down the line, 2 weeks down the line, actually, frankly. So, don't depend on month of January, February to complete your optional. December is your deadline. Complete whatever you want to. Whatever course program you want to join regarding mains, join it in these months so that there is an external enforcement of discipline so that you don't become complacent. What can be done? August, September, October, November, December. Of course, in every month you have to study, right? In every month you have to study. There's no compromising. But you also need to be aware that certain months, the things that I've written in red, there would be certain distractions. There would be, events, festivals, something or the other happening which can distract you, which can, ruin your schedule, which can ruin your planned routine. You had maybe, planned to cover certain portion, you fell sick, or there was a festival. So you need to have that awareness. What's happening? I've just written, the festivals, and of course, I am, a person who believes in all religions and all festivals. I've just written some references. Okay, so you can count your own festivals also, no matter, like, no problem in that. But I'm just trying to tell you what is going to happen now, because these are still the monsoon months, and the problem is when the rain is actually happening, the rainfall is happening, you don't tend to fall sick. You fall sick after the rainfall has stopped. The insects, the dengue, malaria, this and that, and flu and all that, right? I don't know, right? In Delhi NCR right now, I think H1N1 is going around. I'm not sure what's the current status, but I was just looking at some video information, and there they were talking about it. So you need to understand that these things will happen. So August, September, you're also prone to like seasonal change. So there will be a aspect of flu, sickness, health issues. That's again going to happen during this time. Once again, because in India, the once we you could say shift towards the winter season, again in the month of November, December, again flu, sickness, there'll be cold weather, so you'll start feeling sleepy. Delhi NCR will start having air pollution, so you'll start having breathing issues and all that, right? So this is all going to be distractions for you. So रक्षाबंधन आने वाला है अगस्त में, ठीक है. सितंबर में भी I would say few festivals here and there, Ganesh Chaturthi and all that. Okay. Yes. So you need to have an understanding. If you have a commitment, if your family expects you to be be present during the festivals at home, plan accordingly. Maybe you are expected to be present in Ganesh Chaturthi, but not at Raksha Bandhan. Whatever is your festival, okay? And that's what I'm trying to convey. That whatever is your commitment, you should be aware that what are my personal commitments, wherein my time would be going away. Accordingly plan. But I feel overall, in spite of all these distractions and everything going on, I feel August, September is where you can study. Not many, I would say, big festivals are there. If you are able to control, if you have good health going on, strong health, you can actually use August and September to actually use it for distraction free study. Prepare notes for mains, do answer writing practice, cover current affairs, write even few FLTs. October, November, 20th October is Dussehra. So before that, Navratri, 9 days and all that. Then of course, 8th November is Diwali. So I understand. So during, I think, this period of time, because, from, you could say, Durga Puja time or Navratri time till Diwali, even, few days after Diwali, because some people, celebrate Chhat and all that. So I think this period of time, I would say, you could assume maybe around, 12 or 15th October till I would say 15 November. Yeah, around a month's time, you won't be very consistent with your studies because it's a festive, time. The weather also changes, it becomes beautiful all across India. So you feel like celebrating, you feel like, enjoying yourself. That's what, the human nature is. Accept it. It doesn't mean that you'll stop studying for 1 month. It means that you need to understand that as far as possible, push yourself towards consistency. ठीक है. So on and off studies होंगी. That's what I've written, that you have to study but on and off रहेगा, because कभी पढ़ रहे हो, कभी नहीं पढ़ रहे हो, कभी शॉपिंग करने चले गए, कभी घर चले गए, फिर घर से वापस आए, 1-2 दिन लगा to get back into the zone of study. So be prepared mentally for it. So actually many people think that okay, from September onwards I'll start studying. पूरा 3 महीना वेस्ट किया, जून जुलाई अगस्त कुछ नहीं पढ़ा. September onwards they get a charge, a quick, that okay, yes, I'm going to study now. Now 2027 is my year. Next attempt I'm going to qualify. व्हाट हैपेंस, सितंबर में कुछ दिन पढ़ा, फेस्टिवल्स आ गए, डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो गए, फेस्टिवल से वापस आए तब तक दिसंबर आ गया, प्रीलिम्स की टेंशन शुरू हो गई, क्योंकि इंस्टाग्राम पे, यूट्यूब पे और बहुत अच्छे अच्छे लोग अपनी एडवर्टाइजमेंट स्टार्ट कर देते हैं अक्टूबर ऑनवर्ड्स ही, कि प्रीलिम्स कर लो, ये कर लो, देयर बी सेशंस, देयर बी ट्रिकी ट्रिक्स सिखाएंगे, ये करेंगे, वो करेंगे, टेस्ट लिखना शुरू कर दो, ऑल दैट वुड स्टार्ट हैपनिंग, राइट। सो दिसंबर में आते ही जो पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए थी मेंस की, क्या होता है, you start getting the FOMO of prelims. बाकी दुनिया प्रीलिम्स कर रही है, बाकी इंस्टीट्यूट्स लॉन्च कर रहे हैं प्रीलिम्स के कोर्सेज, अगर मैंने अभी स्टार्ट नहीं किया तो कब करूंगा, मेंस कहाँ गया। दिसंबर से प्रीलिम्स की चिंता करना है, करो, पर उसके पहले मेंस की तो चिंता कर लो। So I don't want you to, like ignore the months of October, November, but yes, have an understanding that maybe consistency could be compromised. You will try. Pick, drop, pick is what? Picking the subject, again dropping the subject, or dropping studying, then again picking it up. It doesn't mean that pick करके drop ही कर दिया और फिर दिसंबर में वापस आ रहे हैं. It shouldn't happen like that. And in between, of course, there will be some plan B exams happening and all that. See, plan B doesn't mean that your UPSC has gone for a toss, or UPSC is going to be very understanding towards you because, oh, you had so many plan B, plan C, plan D exams going on. If you want to have surety, if you want to have a job security, you want to go for some plan B and C, it shouldn't mean that you will not be studying for UPSC or for the civil services. It means that now your day should be divided into two halves clearly, where major weightage should be given to UPSC civil services exam preparation, and near about, or according to the exam which date it is, the second half or some of the less weightage would be going over there. For example, if I'm studying for 10 hours and if there's an exam coming up 2 months down the line or 3 months down the line, I would be studying for it right now 2-3 hours only. Remaining 7 hours, 6 hours, I will be devoting for my UPSC preparation. The moment the exam approaches, maybe today is 21st August, so maybe October end I have an exam. So yes, I know that September, October, I have to invest more time. So yeah, 4-5 hours, then I'll shift to 4-5 hours of this plan B exam, and but still studying 4-5 hours of UPSC. You guys do what I have seen you, and nothing is hidden from me. I know you, your psyche, I know your conditioning and everything. किस सोच से क्या सोचते हो, क्या करते हो, सब पता चल जाता है मुझे. और बिकॉज ऑफ द एक्सपीरियंस, अंतर्यामी नहीं हूँ, एक्सपीरियंस, आई हैव इंटरेक्टेड विद सो मेनी स्टूडेंट्स, आई नो. सो व्हाट वुड यू डू, मैम मेरा अक्टूबर में एग्जाम है, मैं सितंबर अक्टूबर सिर्फ यही पढ़ना चाहता हूँ, मैं 2 मंथ सिर्फ वही प्रिपेयर करूंगा. प्रिपेयर करो, बट देन इट मीन्स दैट यू हैव टू नाउ इंक्रीज योर आवर्स. अगर आपको लगता है 10 घंटे में आपकी प्लान बी अकोमोडेट नहीं हो पा रही है यूपीएससी के साथ, स्टडी फॉर 12 आवर्स. It doesn't mean that you will only study 6-8 hours for that plan B और बाकी टाइम वेस्ट करोगे, YouTube देखोगे और वेब सीरीज देखोगे और OTT पे टाइम वेस्ट करोगे. No, it doesn't mean that. UPSC is not bothered about your plan B and C. You all have a attitude that the people in front of you are obligated. Nobody is obligated. I've already told you many times. Baki jaake, videos and motivation sessions dekh lena. The world is not obligated. The world is not going to be considerate. If you have got something going on, and it could be anything, it could not even be a plan B. Maybe तुम्हारे घर में किसी की शादी हो रही है. You've got some personal commitment going on. It doesn't mean that you will stop studying. It means that out of that 12 hours, few hours in the morning, you should be studying. दिन में शॉपिंग करो, दिन में प्लानिंग करो, दिन में अरेंजमेंट करो, दिन में जो भी अपने पर्सनल कमिटमेंट है पूरे करो. But if you're taking a break, a long break from studies, you are not a sincere CSE aspirant. And see, I don't want to, hear about all these things. Other exams, देखो, शॉर्ट टर्म में मेहनत करने से शॉर्ट वाले इमीडिएट ग्रेटिफिकेशन वाले रिजल्ट्स आ जाते हैं, मतलब इमीडिएट आपको कोई छोटी मोटी नौकरी मिल जाती है. एंड ऑफ कोर्स आई डोंट वांट टू डिफरेंशिएट छोटी बड़ी एंड ऑल दैट, बट आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू पुट अक्रॉस अ पॉइंट दैट देयर आर सर्टेन एग्जामिनेशंस जिसके लिए 2-3 महीने पढ़ने से आपका एग्जाम निकल जाता है, आपको जॉब भी आ जाती है, बट इट्स नॉट इक्वलेंट टू बीइंग एन IAS ऑफिसर और IFS ऑफिसर और इवन फॉर दैट मैटर IPS ऑफिसर. So this exam requires that kind of, efforts. It requires sacrifices. It requires lot of focus, lot of attention. It requires you to have firm boundaries. You need to learn to say no to your family, to your relatives, to your friends, to even your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, to your love interest. Enjoy करो लाइफ को, बट इतना मत एंजॉय करो कि थर्ड पर्सन को ये लगे कि तुम कॉम्पिटेटिव एग्जाम का बहाना बना रहे हो. एंड समटाइम्स यस, इट्स गुड टू लिसन टू अ थर्ड पर्सन पर्सपेक्टिव, क्योंकि जो थर्ड पर्सन होता है ना, वो आपको बर्ड्स आई व्यू से देख रहा होता है, वो आपको बहुत दूर से ऑब्जर्व कर रहा होता है. एंड समटाइम्स यू नीड दैट काइंड ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन. सम पीपल माइट टेल यू कि अरे यार तुम तो पढ़ते हुए दिखते ही नहीं हो, because it's not just one time event. They have seen you that during those hours where you should be actually studying, you were not studying. That even happens with the library mates. Some people sitting in the library will tell you, या तू तो लाइब्रेरी में दिखता ही नहीं है, या तुम दिखती ही नहीं हो. हाँ, दिखने का इक्वलेंसी नहीं है पढ़ना, कि दिखने से पढ़ना एंश्योर हो जा रहा है, बट इन अ वे दे आर गिविंग यू दैट पर्सपेक्टिव दैट द फ्रीक्वेंसी, जितना फ्रीक्वेंसी में दिखना चाहिए आपको पढ़ते हुए, वो नहीं देख पा रहे हैं. So it is, usually I'm a person who doesn't believe in what the society and what the third person says, but sometimes I also, I am aware of this thing, that a third person could give you a very nice, very crisp observation about your routine, about your preparation, about your mindset, about your, attitude towards certain things. They are not wrong. चुभता है, बुरा लगता है, but they are not wrong. तुम अगर नहीं दिख रहे हो अपने स्टडी आवर्स में पढ़ते हुए, तुम नहीं पढ़ रहे हो. तुम्हें लगता है मुझे एंजॉयमेंट करना है, मैं सुबह के 11 बजे उठ के मैं आई विल डू दिस एंड दैट एंड आई विल वॉच सम वेब सीरीज एंड देन आई विल स्टडी ड्यूरिंग योर प्रोडक्टिव आवर्स. एक अपने आप को इमेजिन कर लो दैट यू आर डूइंग अ जॉब 9 to 5, 9 to 9, 9 to 6, whatever job you're doing. During that job hours, and actually it happens when you're doing a job, when you're working somewhere, you won't be watching web series na during those productive hours, during those working hours. रात में ही जाके देखोगे ना. सो ये क्यों अज्यूम करते हो कि अगर सीएससी एस्पिरेंट हो और कोई कॉम्पिटेटिव एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो द वर्ल्ड, द टाइम इज एट योर हैंड एंड यू कैन वेस्ट इट जस्ट लाइक यू वांट. Let me watch a web series or let me watch an IPL match in the morning, in at 11 a.m. or whatsoever timing, and then studies तो होती रहेंगी. Studies में रात में जग के पढ़ लूंगा. That's the biggest, you make a fool of yourself. You actually deceive yourself, nobody else. Nobody else. With this kind of behavior and attitude, you're just, creating an illusion for yourself. You're deceiving yourself. So don't do these kind of things. Imagine that, yes, you're also doing a job, and your job is to get ready for the job, commute, start doing the job. That means start studying, study till certain amount of time without distractions, have your lunch hours, lunch karo, wapas get back to study just like you're doing a job. And maybe after 6, 7 p.m., after 8 p.m., you want to take a break, you want to watch some videos, you want to, do something, you want to interact with your friends, family, you want to just basically chill and relax. Yeah, do that. बट उतना ढंग का काम तो कर लो पूरे दिन का. एक कॉन्सेप्ट है द लास्ट मैन. इट हैज बीन गिवन बाय फ्रेडरिक नीचे. ठीक है, बहुत इस बार ऐसे पढ़ाया है तो ये सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स बिल्कुल अभी दिमाग में बैठे हुए हैं. सो देयर इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड एज द लास्ट मैन. प्लीज रीड अबाउट इट. I'm not going to discuss today. Please read about it. I don't want to make this session too long. I think already long हो चुका है. I don't want to make the session further long. Please read about it. हम सब लास्ट मैन बनते जा रहे हैं. एंड आई एम नॉट ब्लेमिंग यू ओनली, आई एम ऑल्सो टेलिंग दिस टू माई सेल्फ. वी ऑल आर एक्चुअली बिकमिंग द लास्ट मैन. प्लीज रीड अबाउट दैट कॉन्सेप्ट. बहुत रेलिवेंट है. ठीक है. सो एक्चुअली यू नीड टू बी वेरी मच अवेयर कि दीज आर द फ्यू डेज, फ्यू मंथ्स वेयर देयर विल बी डिस्ट्रैक्शंस, बट इट डजंट मीन दैट यू विल नॉट स्टडी. यू विल पिक अप द स्टडीज. Something would happen, you will drop the studies again, you have to pick up. Pick, drop, pick, ये याद रखो. ऑन ऑफ स्टडीज होंगी, पढ़ते जाना है, करते जाना है. परफेक्शन नहीं आएगा, but at least something you will be able to cover. And then again, post this 15 November till December, you have to again get back to the studies. You have to again, get back to studies. 10th November through 30th December, you have to study. Okay, and wrap up everything. Wrap means over here, like certain portion, wrap the the left part and all that over here, but wrap up your mains by December. Okay. How to outsource discipline enforcement. I know at this point of time, many of you, sometimes you feel that you don't have that kind of finances to enroll yourself into some coaching or some test series. but I would say at least join something, like one program only, but join something. I'm not asking you to join multiple programs. बहुत मुश्किल होता है, I understand that parents sometimes, they are not able to give you that kind of fees. If you can manage, if you can cut, if you can, manage things from your pocket money or anywhere, any other source for that matter, or, convince your parents, do at least one course, one program. It could be your choice for this, for discipline. It could be what? It could be any program. It could be test series. And when I say any program, I don't want you doing any classes based program. I'll come to it. But preferably some test series, some mentorship based, answer writing, where you're getting a feedback, where there's some, external enforcement happening, some schedule is there, you're following that schedule in a disciplined way. You know that if you're not following this at this point of time, then, the days and the hours will get wasted, or it will be get missed. You will not get the chance to cover it, or the chance you will get is very later on. So have that kind of, schedule and discipline going on, because that's going to force you, okay, to study and be disciplined. No classes, I mean to say, you guys tend to, again have this very bad habit of joining programs where you're just getting passive learning. सिर्फ कंटेंट आपके पास आते जाता है, लॉट्स ऑफ बल्की कंटेंट, लॉट्स ऑफ माइंड मैप्स, लॉट्स ऑफ मटेरियल, और एक्चुअली एक भी आंसर लिखने नहीं आता है. Yeah, they are teaching you answer writing, but teaching answer writing and actually practicing and knowing how to write answer from the student perspective is having a lot of gap. जमीन आसमान का अंतर होता है. मैं आपको कुछ सिखा दूंगी, मैं ऐसे लिखना सिखा दूंगी, जब तक ऐसे खुद नहीं लिखोगे और बार बार नहीं लिखोगे और फ्रीक्वेंटली नहीं लिखोगे और उसको चेक नहीं कराओगे, उसको एसेस नहीं कराओगे, खुद को समझ में नहीं आएगा कि क्या इंप्रूवमेंट करना है, कोई फायदा नहीं है. मैं चाहे कितनी ही क्लासेस लॉन्च कर दूं टू टेल यू हाउ टू राइट एसेज, unless until you write it, you won't know it. So I don't want you joining any, that kind of program which is just, giving you, bombarding you with content and all that. मुझे नहीं लगता है आज के time में, you need those kind of classes. If you're, short on money, if there's a financial, you could say, condition, if there's, I would say, like, there's a limitation that what you can invest in courses, so please choose that kind of course or that kind of, program which has this kind of element, either some mentorship or some answer writing, some test series, something like that. Don't go for classes and don't go for content and all that. ठीक है, ओके, क्लियर. सो या, नो पैसिव वॉचिंग एंड ओवरबर्डनिंग विद कंटेंट, कोई फायदा नहीं है, ठीक है. सो नो क्लासेस, like just plain classes nahi, something like answer writing, something like, and all that on top of it, you have to write your own answers. So focus more on test series and answer writing, you could say one thing. Then the second thing is, if that program has an aspect of mentor interaction, please go for that. Please, value that. You need to have that kind of feedback. You need that kind of, external discipline. You need that person, to have a look at your copies, to have a look at your study schedule, to actually have a look at you as a person and tell you कि तुम पढ़ रहे हो कि नहीं पढ़ रहे हो. बहुत आसानी से समझ में आ जाता है, ठीक है. And of course, practice and feedback, right? So these things are important. Join some program or test series which ensures this, okay? Ensures some kind of external discipline. अब क्या करना है in upcoming months में? Essay preferably every 10-15 days you need to write. You need to write one essay. 10 days बोल दिया है, 15 days बोल दिया है, 15 days तो लिखना ही है. महीने में एक बार लिखोगे, आउट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस हो जाओगे. 15 days में एक जरूर लिखो. दैट मीन्स बाई वीकली काइंड ऑफ एक्सरसाइज जरूर करो essays को लेके. एंड दिस वुड कंटिन्यू टिल व्हाट? दिस विल कंटिन्यू टिल जनवरी. अभी दिसंबर मान लो, दिसंबर तक तो करना ही है. What you would do, you can revise themes. If you feel you're not so comfortable, revise a particular theme. Simple themes ही उठाओ. Social justice theme उठाओ, democracy उठा लो, AI पे उठा लो, cutting edge technology पे उठा लो. Pick up, themes like knowledge, wisdom. Pick up themes like perception. Pick up themes like truth. Pick up themes like maybe, you could say good character or leadership qualities and all that. These kind of themes, pick up, prepare the idea, prepare the content, prepare some quotes, prepare some theories, some philosophies, examples, personalities. Then you write the essay. तो ये वाला काम करना ही है. So revise themes and write an essay on that. And this has to happen. This you have to continue practicing till January. ठीक है, ये अभी से स्टार्ट करके जनवरी तक जाना ही जाना है. And you have to invest what 1.5 hours in actually writing the essay. Of course, when you are preparing for it, 2-3 hours उसमें लगेंगे. Preferably वही जो मैंने संडे वाला टाइम डिवोट करवाया है कि 6 days you study your GS and optional and Sunday half of the day you devote for your essay part, okay? Or any particular day of the week, half day you devote that day, ठीक है. अब जैसे हम GS में आते हैं, ठीक है, तो दिस इज योर अगस्त, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, जनवरी, ठीक है. I have been asking you to complete your syllabus by December, but I'm counting January also because I want you to switch over to prelims 100% from starting of February. So till January end, you could manage your pre and mains preparation both. February onwards to 100% switch करना ही है prelims पे, ठीक है? No doubt about it. But in January, maybe 50-50, 60-40, 40-60, whatever you want to do. However is your comfort level, you have to accordingly prepare. So till the month of January, you can do this. What you can do, I have given you a little bit of, breakdown that which subjects you can do, how many times and kab placement kar sakte ho. If you will be joining any test series, any program, of course, follow their schedule. This is just an idea that I want you to cover everything at least twice. Okay? I'll start with GS4 because I want you to cover GS minimum of 2 times before your prelims. Okay, so 2x 2 times before you move on to prelims. One you could do in these months. कुछ लोगों ने जून जुलाई में किया है, good. If you have not done, so this is the one, best part to do it right now. August September में करो, and one last round I would say before prelims in the month of November December. ठीक है, January में don't go for GS4. Really doesn't make sense. So during these months you can actually aim for doing GS4. GS1 again 2 times I want. Once in either August, September, October, like you can place in any one of the month. The second time that you need to do is the month of December and January. Why? Because GS1 has overlapping subjects with prelims. So usko last moment pe karoge, matlab last months mein karoge, December, January, and then you switch completely to prelims, you'll have a better understanding. So your history, culture, your geography and all that has overlapping portions with prelim syllabus. So यहाँ पे करोगे तो it makes more sense. ठीक है? So the second round है वो December January में कर सकते हो. D and J stands for December January. GS2 again you have to do it 2 times. Once now August, September, October. The second could be in the month of November, December or January. Your call. January why? Because again polity is overlapping. IR भी हम current affairs and all that perspective से पढ़ते हैं. तो GS2 को भी आप जनवरी में भी अलाइन कर सकते हो. प्रेफरेबली अगर नवंबर दिसंबर में खत्म कर देते हो पढ़ के तो इट्स वेरी नाइस, राइट? सेम थिंग गोज फॉर GS3. 2 टाइम्स पढ़ना है. कब? अगस्त, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, 1 मंथ. मतलब इसमें से प्लान कर लो कब करना है. एंड द लास्ट GS3 वुड बी इन द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर और दिसंबर. And then you wrap it up. When you do this, you'll be able to cover all your subjects twice. But कहाँ पे क्या place करना है? That needs to be decided by you. If you're joining a program, of course, their schedule will be deciding. But I would say even if you join something, please don't be 100% dependent on them. Try and do something on your own. Keep on doing something on your own. If they are doing GS4 at the very end, मान लो तुमने कोई प्लान ज्वाइन किया, उसमें वो नवंबर दिसंबर में करा रहे हैं, बट दिस इज तो सेकंड टाइम वाला ना. आई हैव ऑलरेडी आस्क्ड, एक्सपेक्टेड यू टू डू इट वंस बिफोर. तो ये अपने साइड से पहले कर लो एक बार, राइट? मेक सेंस? ओके. Now we come to the optional. Again, optional also I want you to do 2 times. By 2 times I mean the first reading could be covering of the syllabus, knowing the subject, knowing what kind of questions are being asked in the actual UPSC exam. The second round is more from the aspect of rigorous answer writing practice, from the aspect of value addition, from refining your notes, even concising your notes. ठीक है? So 2 times doesn't mean कि एकदम exactly 2 times. First time में कुछ और करना होता है, second time में कुछ और करना होता है. The aim and objective of the both iterations are actually different. So the first deadline is either 30th September, depending on अगर आप पहले से पढ़ रहे हो, you're a good person, good student, I'm happy with you. पहले से पढ़ रहे हो तो you could even have an August end as a deadline or 30th September, whatever is your deadline, in that way you could follow. But अगर नहीं पढ़ रहे थे तो 30th September एक deadline लेके चलो और 15th October. 2 deadlines because once you miss this is the hard deadline. यहाँ तक तो चीजें cover करनी है. So this is what you can you can cover one time your syllabus. The second iteration, which is for the value addition, for more rigorous answer writing practice, for actually maybe completing the syllabus, concising the syllabus, जितने अच्छे refined advanced वाला जो काम करना है, you could go and do it in the second iteration. And this can happen in the months of October, November, December. Yes, October, November, on off, pick, drop, pick chalega, but keep on doing that. Keep on, studying. Okay? And ये हमारा second iteration, second round of यहाँ पे complete हो जाना चाहिए. I don't want anybody to start asking me question, मैम January, February में optional करें तो problem है, वो बाद में देखेंगे. And I actually allow, but I allow on certain condition, because for people who have written this year's mains, मान लो unfortunately interview call नहीं आता है, या they want to improve upon and they feel कि ठीक है मुझे अभी थोड़ा time है because they started off late. अभी अगस्त में एग्जाम लिखेंगे, सितंबर ऑफ लेंगे, अक्टूबर नवंबर से पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे, तो मे बी दे डोंट गेट टाइम टू एक्चुअली कवर देयर सिलेबस बाय दिसंबर एंड of the optional. So then they stretch it to January. But for you guys who have not written mains, please, your deadline is December. ठीक है, last deadline is 30th December. यहाँ तक तो complete करो ही optional. Don't take it for granted. Okay. What else we can discuss? How your each day, each week, each month should look like in the upcoming months. Each day आपका divided हो सकता है कि every day आप 10 घंटे अगर पढ़ रहे हो, 8 to 10 आवर्स, ठीक है, फोकस स्टडी 8 to 10 आवर्स, तो कुछ आवर्स जीएस के लिए जा रहे हैं, कुछ आवर्स ऑप्शनल के लिए जा रहे हैं, 1-2 घंटे आप करंट अफेयर्स, कुछ न्यूज़पेपर या कुछ वीडियोस देख लेते हो टू कीप योरसेल्फ अपडेटेड विद करंट अफेयर्स. दैट्स व्हाट यू कैन डू. ठीक है, तो ये कर सकते हो. Some people feel comfortable in this because they need variety in a single day. ठीक है, सो हाफ ऑफ द डे जीएस पढ़ लो, हाफ ऑफ द डे ऑप्शनल पढ़ लो, शाम में 1-2 घंटे का टाइम निकाल के करंट अफेयर्स कर लो. दैट्स व्हाट एन आइडियल डे शुड लुक लाइक फॉर अ स्टूडेंट. ठीक है, फॉर अ फुल टाइम प्रिपेयरिंग स्टूडेंट. कुछ लोग they can't manage in this way on one single day. They feel very uncomfortable. They are not able to complete their deadlines, complete their you could say set targets. So for them the best way is you've got 7 days in a week, 6 days जो है, 6 days में से half GS को divide कर दो, half optional दे दो. MWF GS कर लो. MWF is Monday, Wednesday, Friday GS कर लो. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday optional कर लो. Because you want to read the entire day one subject with focus, with concentration, and you feel that you have a better grasp on the concept, on the subject when you approach in this way. Fine, no problem. You can also go with this. ठीक है, so MWF में GS कर लिया या रिवर्स कर लिया, ठीक है, your call. ऑप्शनल भी TTS पे कर लिया. संडे हाफ डे ब्रेक ले लो. ठीक है, when I'm saying half day, so maybe post 4 p.m. stop studying. ठीक है, संडे 4 p.m. संडे फर्स्ट हाफ में प्रेफरेबली ऐसे लिख लो, या एनी पर्टिकुलर डे ऑफ द वीक फॉर दैट मैटर, फर्स्ट हाफ या सेकंड हाफ, जो भी आपको टाइम निकालना है, योर विश. बट आई फील संडे सैटरडे वीकेंड्स को ही टाइम निकालो, ऐसे का ज्यादा बेटर है. एंड डू द वर्क फॉर ऐसे. ठीक है, कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे के लिए भी करते जाओ, बिकॉज ऐसे इज एक्चुअली समथिंग विच इज इंटरेस्टिंग टू स्टडी, which is also requires a lot of efforts, but distributed over a period of time. लास्ट में आके 4 FLT लिख दोगे ऐसे का, उससे कुछ फायदा नहीं होगा. एक टॉपिक लिखो ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. इट विल गिव यू मोर फीडबैक, इट विल गिव यू मोर अवेयरनेस व्हाट टू इंप्रूव इन व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द एसे पेपर. राइट, 4 FLT 2 हफ्ते में लिख दिया, उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, उससे कोई इंप्रूवमेंट नहीं होता है. दैट्स जस्ट फुलफिलिंग, बिकॉज यू हैव पेड अ फीस, यू वांट टू जस्ट गेट द बेनिफिट आउट ऑफ इट, कि वो वेस्ट ना जाए. ठीक है, okay. Yeah, Sunday. So yeah, this is what your each day should look like. Plan your day. Similarly, you should have an understanding what your week is looking like. Every Sunday night you need to have a plan for entire upcoming week. मंडे को जाके मत सोचो लाइब्रेरी में कि मुझे क्या पढ़ना है. संडे नाइट को ही पता होना चाहिए कि मेरा मंडे, ट्यूसडे, वेंसडे, थर्सडे, फ्राइडे, पूरा एंटायर वीक टिल नेक्स्ट संडे कैसा दिख रहा है. प्लान इट आउट, बी वेरी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. chaotic मत रहो. don't be a person who is a slave to the whims and fancies, कि जब जो मन किया कर लेंगे. ट्यूसडे को मन किया तो मार्केट चले गए, वेंसडे को मन किया तो फ्रेंड्स के साथ चले गए मूवीज देखने. प्लान इट आउट. टेल योर फ्रेंड्स, मे बी अगर वीकेंड मान लो रश रहता है तो ठीक है, मंडे इवनिंग आई कैन टेक आउट अ टाइम टू वॉच मूवी और टू हैंग आउट. बट यू शुड बी प्लान्ड ब्रेक. अनप्लान्ड ब्रेक ना, प्लान फॉर द ब्रेक्स टू. Unplanned break shows your insincerity towards the exam. You are not serious, you are not committed to the exam, to your own self, to the exam to chhod do, to your own career, to your own dreams and desires. But planned break, because as humans we need that kind of break, we need relaxation, we need of course some non UPSC activities. So wo planned break mein aana chahiye. ठीक है, okay. So what, any kind of document work, grocery shopping, you have to visit salon, you have to hang out with your friends, you have to watch some movie, you have to watch OTT, whatever is there, you need to plan the break. ऐसा नहीं कि आज कोई OTT आया है, वेब सीरीज रिलीज हुआ है, आज ही देख के खत्म करूंगा. I don't do that. See, I'm also a person who tries to enjoy life. I love traveling, I love you could say, I even do Instagram, I do lot of things. But it actually I'm a person who tends to like, मेरे ना पीछे मैं खुद को ही अपने घोड़े के रेन की तरह से करके रखती हूँ. जैसे घोड़े को कंट्रोल किया जाता है ना, तो मैं अपने आप को कंट्रोल ऐसे करके रखती हूँ कि what is the time where I can do these things. Should I be a slave to my whims and fancies कि कभी भी छुट्टी ले लिया, कभी भी ट्रैवलिंग करने चली गई, कभी भी कुछ भी कर लिया. There are few web series which my entire family has watched. They have discussed among themselves, but I didn't get time. ओडिसी रिलीज भी पीपल वांट टू वॉच इट ऑन द फर्स्ट डे और इनिशियल 2 days. क्यों? क्रिस्टोफर नोलन आके आपको कुछ गिफ्ट दे रहा है, आपको एक्नॉलेज कर रहा है. Is he going to deposit some big bank balance, 1 million rupees in your bank account to be able, for that person who has watched the show on the first day? No. Have control on your desires. Recreation, entertainment, अच्छी बात है, but it should not, be prioritized over your larger commitment towards life, your larger commitment towards your goals and dreams and desires. Differentiate करना सीखो. डिलेड ग्रेटिफिकेशन अगेन एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है, मार्शमेलो एक्सपेरिमेंट था वो, जाके उसके बारे में ही पढ़ो. I think every student or every person should be reading little bit of psychology to understand how they think, what they think, why they think, why you are, how you are, and what's the reason behind it. You should be aware of it. क्यों तुम्हें तुरंत ही वो चीज चाहिए, क्यों तुम्हें तुरंत ही वो मूवी देखना है, क्यों तुम्हें अभी वेब सीरीज देखना है, तुम उसको एक हफ्ते बाद क्यों नहीं देख सकते हो, तुम उसको एक महीने बाद क्यों नहीं देख सकते हो. So understand the concept of delayed gratification. Don't be the last man. ठीक है, ये सब कॉन्सेप्ट्स आज ज्यादा पढ़ के आना. ठीक है, ओके. सो प्लान फॉर योर ब्रेक टू. सो एवरी वीक यू नीड टू बी हैविंग द अंडरस्टैंडिंग, हाउ इज माई फ्यूचर लुकिंग लाइक, हाउ इज माई नेक्स्ट वीक लुकिंग लाइक. इवन फॉर द मंथ आई वुड से सेट टारगेट्स. ओवरऑल पता होना चाहिए कितना जीएस का पेपर खत्म हो रहा है, कितने आंसर्स लिखने हैं, कितना ऑप्शनल खत्म हो रहा है. जीएस ऑप्शनल सबके लिए टारगेट्स होने चाहिए. हाउ मच टू बी कवर्ड एंड हाउ मच एक्चुअली इज कवर्ड, यू नीड टू असेस आफ्टर द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द मंथ ऑल्सो. एंड बिफोर द स्टार्ट ऑफ द मंथ यू नीड टू हैव अ प्लान ऑल्सो, कि मैं क्या क्या टारगेट कर रहा हूँ, कर रही हूँ ओवर द पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, कि मेरा अगस्त एंड तक क्या खत्म होना चाहिए, सितंबर में व्हाट्स द प्लान. सितंबर को प्लीज अच्छे से यूटिलाइज करो. इट्स अ वेरी नाइस टाइम. It's actually a golden period for for studies and all that. Minimum क्या करना चाहिए 1 month में, if you're part of any mentorship program, 2 mentorships at least interaction होने चाहिए. Minimum है ये, maximum your call. Minimum 2 mentorship interactions होने चाहिए. At least 2 FLTs आपने लिख लिया हो minimum. If you're writing every Sunday, good. I'm impressed. I'm very happy. But at least 2 FLTs minimum होना चाहिए मंथ में. ठीक है. और you could aim for writing 50 questions. 50 is the minimum that I'm telling you. मैंने एक रेंज लिया कि ठीक है अगर 2 questions और 25 days and all that पढ़ रहे हो, 2 questions minimum हर कोई लिख सकता है. So 50 questions. 50 to 80 is something that you should be targeting in a month. So 50 questions written. ठीक है. जीएस एंड ऑप्शनल दोनों मिला, मतलब दोनों को अलग अलग बोल रही हूँ मैं. जीएस के 50 क्वेश्चंस, ऑप्शनल के 50 क्वेश्चंस, या एटलीस्ट 30-40 फॉर ऑप्शनल, अगर ऑप्शनल बहुत लंबे लंबे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं तो. सो 50 क्वेश्चंस, लाइक हैव सम टारगेट्स. जीरो से तो बेहतर है ना कि नहीं ठीक है मैम 50 इज नॉट पॉसिबल, आई टारगेट 40. हाउ विल यू टारगेट? मे बी ओके, आई डिवाइड दैट, ओके फॉर दीज डेज मे बी 4 days in a week, and because there are 4 weeks, so maybe something like that I'll try and target questions to 4 into 4 16 करके into 10 करके, जो भी करके मुझे अपने क्वेश्चंस को डिवाइड करना है. हैव अ प्लान लाइक दैट. And minimum 2 essays. When I say 2 essays, one single topic, not an FLT, not a full length test of 2 essays. I'm just trying to say that एक ही essay लिखो, but every 15 days write. So this is the minimum thing that you can do for in a month, right? This is the minimum. इसके नीचे काम कर रहे हो तो तुम मान के चलो तुम्हारा अटेम्प्ट कॉम्प्रोमाइज है. फिर देखो अपने आप को तो बोलने और प्रीलिम्स के बाद रोने का तो बहाना मिलता ही है. टेलीग्राम में इस बार तो बहुत अच्छे अच्छे डिस्कशंस चल रहे थे. देखो रोने के बहाने बहुत मिलते हैं, क्रिबिंग करने के, रिग्रेट करने के लाइफ चांसेस बहुत देता है. आराम से बैठ के रोते रहो, आराम से बैठ के क्रिप करते रहो, लेमेंट करते रहो, ये नहीं किया, वो नहीं किया, ऐसे नहीं किया, वैसे नहीं किया. इट डजंट रियली मैटर. नहीं किया, नहीं हुआ, क्यों नहीं हुआ, वो रीजन ढूंढो और अकॉर्डिंगली अब आगे का प्लान वैसा करो. ठीक है. सो दिस इज अ नाइस वेकअप कॉल फॉर एवरीबडी. I even would be requesting the students कि जो अभी 26 का मेंस दे रहे हैं, many of them are writing their first means and they know that they're not well prepared. They will be coming back after a break to start studying again. So ये वीडियो उनके लिए भी वैलिड है, बट आप लोग के लिए ज्यादा वैलिड है who's actually has not been able to qualify prelims of this year and is thinking of 2027 attempt. प्लीज प्रिपेयर योर मेंस बिफोर हैंड, क्योंकि प्रीलिम्स लिखने का चांस मिल भी जाएगा ना. 1 मार्क से भी कट ऑफ निकाल लोगे, 0.6 से भी निकाल लोगे, अगर कट ऑफ स्कोर कर लोगे. एंड इफ यू आर नॉट मेंस प्रिपेयर्ड, यू आर अगेन रिपीटिंग द साइकिल. फिर वही प्री फ्री, वही फिर वही मेंस. फिर लोग बोलते हैं मैम इंटरव्यू कॉल नहीं आया, मैम डिजायर्ड रैंक नहीं आया। उस साइकिल में ही बंधे हुए हो, और वो तो बहुत दूर की बात है, प्री मेंस में ही जिंदगी कट जाती है, अटेम्प्ट्स खत्म हो जाते हैं। सो डोंट बी दैट काइंड ऑफ पर्सन जिसके लिए प्री निकालना एक एक मेजर गोल है। प्री इज जस्ट वन स्टेप टुवर्ड्स द अल्टीमेट गोल ऑफ राइटिंग मेंस, बिकॉज मेंस के मार्क्स कैलकुलेट होते हैं, कंसिडर किए जाते हैं, इंटरव्यू के मार्क्स कंसिडर होते हैं। सो एक्चुअली लास्ट के 2 स्टेजेस ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। प्रीलिम्स हम इतना प्रीलिम्स रोते रहते हैं, इतना हम इसको फोकस देते हैं, इतना अटेंशन देते हैं। प्रीलिम्स इज जस्ट अ फिल्ट्रेशन मैकेनिज्म। फिल्टर किया जाता है कि इतने बच्चे तो है ही नहीं लायक मेंस लिखने के। जो तुम इतना रोना रो रहे हो प्रीलिम्स को लेके, वो एक्चुअली एक पहला स्टेज ही है। इट्स अ बेयर मिनिमम थिंग दैट दे आर एक्सपेक्टिंग आउट ऑफ यू। उसके मार्क्स तक नहीं वो जोड़ रहे हैं। सो जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड, एनीबडी हु हैज प्लान दिस एग्जाम, प्लान द एंटायर कि यूपीएससी कैसे रिक्रूट करेगा फॉर द सिविल सर्विसेज, फॉर देम प्रीलिम्स इज नॉट इवन अ स्टेज टू बी कंसिडर्ड। और सारा फोकस प्रीलिम्स पे जाके चला जाता है, मेंस का कोई सोचता भी नहीं है। और अगर सोच भी रहे होते हैं तो हम इतना हल्के से लेते हैं। वी आर सो मच इनसिंसियर that we are not even preparing about it the way we should be preparing for it. And then we claim competition बहुत है, unfairness है, यूपीएससी unfair है, ये unfair है, ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया, ऐसा कट ऑफ, वैसा पेपर। देखो, रोने के लिए बहुत सारे रीजंस मैं बता रही हूँ ना, लाइफ में वैसे भी मिल जाएंगे। इट्स नॉट जस्ट विद यूपीएससी। I'm telling you, the person who has got the attitude to crib, lament and regret and keep on crying and just focusing on the mistakes और क्या बेहतर हो सकता था, and blaming others and other situations and other things, other factors, apart from taking the accountability, will always get many reasons. Life will give them a lot of reasons. So hold yourself accountable, hold yourself responsible. एक बेसिक आईक्यू तो है ना, चलो मैं यहाँ पे एज्यूम कर लेती हूँ कि एक बेसिक आईक्यू सबके पास है। अगर प्रिपेयर करने का सोच रहे हो तो बेसिक दिमाग तो भगवान ने दिया ही है, तभी सोच पा रहे हो ना। यू डोंट हैव अ कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड आईक्यू एंड इंटेलिजेंस। तो उस बेसिक आईक्यू के बाद मेहनत ही है। उसके बाद एक्चुअली मेहनत और एफर्ट्स और स्टेप की चीजें ही मैटर करती हैं। प्लानिंग, learning how to say no, having firm boundaries, prioritizing the dream, desire, the goal rather than the comfort, the convenience, the recreation, the feeling good factor. peer ने बोला आ जाओ, मैं आ गया, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। 5 years down the line, I'm telling you, even if you're the most popular guy or girl na, nobody really bothers after 5 years, 10 years down the line. Nobody even remembers you for that matter. ठीक है? I hope it was a good wake up call. On that note, wishing you all the best. Start studying. I'll be launching few courses of course, but उसका information Telegram पे दे दूंगी, जैसे जहाँ पे जब भी launch करूंगी for the 27. But अभी के लिए तो फिलहाल पढ़ना शुरू करो. That's the wake up call that I want to give. Okay? Take care everyone. Bye bye.